From a city that has hosted 10 Super Bowls. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season. Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. So here come the Saints to take over for the first time. And here's the new man under center. After 9 seasons as a Raider, Derek Carr is the guy.
Now, the meeting we had with him this week, that's one of the briefer ones we've ever had, isn't it?
Wasn't too happy after last week.
Not happy. Really determined to play a whole lot better, and he really can't play a whole lot worse. He's got to go out and show the team that the goods that he exhibited early are still there. Otherwise, he could lose the confidence that they have in him.
Yeah, hoping to get rid of that interception bug. The numbers there for Kamara from a week ago. 2 trips to the end zone and well past 100 yards.
And going back and watching the film, we saw every kind of run from him, didn't we? We saw some power, we saw finesse, we saw speed, and what I love the most, he finished each and every run.
It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
On play action, it's called. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. On 4th down, Matt Araiza sent on to punt. Back deep for Jacksonville, the dangerous Jamal Agnew. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. Well, the Jaguars ready to go on offense for the first time, and they're led by the former #1 pick in the draft. In his 3rd season now, Charles, Trevor Lawrence.
And what a game he is coming off of.
Oh, unbelievable.
Absolutely, and you know how much I love the history of the game. He broke a record held by the Dutchman, Norm Van Brocklin, right? You got to go all the way back to 1951. And he threw for 554 yards in that game. Later, won a championship as a quarterback of the Philadelphia Eagles in 1960.
And now that record has been set anew. 2nd and 10 now. It's Lawrence. Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. When you look at the Saints' defense, they sit at number 20 in the NFL right now against the run.
Well, there wasn't anything wrong with them on that play, was there? Able to make a nice stop, held them to no gain. The key to their defense, though, is exactly what the defensive coordinator told you and I. They've got to be consistent.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Now Lawrence on 1st down. He gets this one to Johnson. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. Ball on the 30 now. Here's a 2nd and 8. Again, it's Lawrence. Again, it's Johnson. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter. And they'll throw on 1st down with Lawrence. Looking in zone, but it's incomplete.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit and forced an incompletion.
And the Jaguars are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. Here's Lawrence. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Trevor Lawrence taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Jaguars put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead. McManus's point after is good, and that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their second drive. And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend, but you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
It certainly is, because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays.
Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And this will wind up a Saints first down as the tackle made just shy of the 30. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right in the yard. Second down in the yard. They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. And this will wind up a Saints first down as the tackle made at about the 43-yard line.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, last drive they went 3 and out.
Now it's Kamara in the passing game. He can't get him down. Still staying on his feet. Are you serious? And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. He'll get 15 and a Saints first down. Carr now to throw. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Brought to the ground by the linebacker, Foye Oluokun. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Now Carr. He'll find Shaheed out to the right. Just a gain of a couple there. And it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14. Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. Matt Araiza now on to punt this one away. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Agnew now to return. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And it'll be Jaguar football as they take over deep in their own territory. Evan Ingram works his way back onto the field with the rest of this offense. Where he stands right now, as you see, already over 1,000. You have to think 2,000 is a real possibility. Long way to go in the season, but what he's done so far, spectacular.
It is, and you know what he's also hoping for? That he's going to play a lot of man coverage from here on out, because one of the best ways to slow down production is to go to zone and double, triple team, put a number of people in the area that you expect him to run into. But man-to-man, every receiver believes he's going to win that battle. And you know what they all do? They all keep kind of a book, you know, on what the defenders do, what their moves are, their best things. And he wants to be able to refer to that book and beat one guy at a time.
Here's 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, Lawrence. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. When you look at the Saints defense, they sit at number 20 in the NFL right now against the run.
And this game for them is all about the line of scrimmage. Winning that battle, using their leverage, being the low man with power to take the offensive linemen and run them back into their own backfield and try and create some lost yardage plays.
Throwing again here, it's Lawrence. Throw right side, caught by Ridley.
Hey, here we go, man. Here we go.
2nd and 6. Here's Lawrence to throw. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Now it's on it's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. They'll get it inside the 20. And finally wrestled down at the 11. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Lawrence. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Evan Ingram, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Jaguars are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. Extra point from McManus is good. And it's now 14-0. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they are back down to 500 following the loss last week. Consistency has been a real issue for them so far.
Brandon, you almost don't know what team is going to show up every week. I mean, there's no consistency with this ball club at all, and if we feel that way, I know it frustrates the coaching staff, and it also has to frustrate the key leaders in the locker room. They got to figure out how to get coordinated.
Ready for the second quarter from New Orleans. It's the Saints in possession. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. As they've got it as we resume action. On 2nd down, Kamara. There he goes, right side. Alvin Kamara. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara. He has career touchdown number 78, tying it with both Eddie George and Frank Gifford on the all-time list. And the Saints are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. But no run back here. Fair catch, and this will come out to the 25. So here are the Jaguars to take over on offense. They're working on a 4-game winning streak, and they lead this one as well right now as they start 1st and 10. Completes it to Evan Ingram. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
And that is caught. It's Ridley. Throwing now, Lawrence on 1st down. He'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. Now 2nd and 5. It's a throw again as Lawrence. Across the middle and into the hands of Ridley. And the Jags are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. Now Lawrence. Touchdown! Calvin Ridley from 3 yards out. And the Jaguars go up by 2 touchdowns. McManus's point after is good. And it's now 21-7. That time, 75-yard drive, 5 plays. And it's Calvin Ridley who finishes it off with a touchdown reception. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. Alvin Kamara and the Saints set to start their next drive. Those are his numbers through roughly the first half of the season, and given that, you'd have to think he's on pace for a 1,000-yard campaign.
Steady as he goes, steady goes the offense. But you know what else is happening, too, because they are a team now recognized with the ability to run the football. You've got to be able to throw it better now, right? Better throwing lanes, better opportunities for the guys downfield, maybe more one-on-one coverage, which you should be able to beat easier. Yeah, he's establishing not just a tone, but an identity for his team.
And that's a discussion we had a couple days ago in the team meetings, talking about this running game, opening up the passing game. We'll see if that continues to happen. Here is 3rd down and 4. Throwing now is Carr. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10.
Let's go.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Oh, and it's intercepted. He was trying to get it to Ridley. It's Chris Harris with a pick. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Charles, you can just see the frustration on the sideline. Safe to say that's not how they expected this series to go. The ball only went one way, and it was backward into their own end zone, courtesy of the pick six.
And, Brandon, how often do we hear offenses tell us before a game they want to end every series with a kick, right? A punt, a PAT, or a field goal. In case of a defense, they want to end with a punt or a takeaway. And we saw the takeaway right there, and it turned out to be a takeaway that turned into 6 points.
Out comes Calvin Ridley and the offense for their next drive. He's doing what he's capable of, having a solid game. Not the most amazing game. He's not over 100 yards, but a good game so far.
And you just know that mentally he feels like he's one catch away from turning it into a great game and starting on that road. And the defenders are well aware of that too. They've got to figure out a way to not let that escalate. Keep him right in this zone here and call it a day, because otherwise he can really decimate him.
Better believe they are well aware of his playmaking ability. Second and 10. From the gun, it's Lawrence. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, but 9.9 times out of 10, just missed that one.
And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints 30. Now Lawrence to throw. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for second and 23. Looking to throw, Lawrence. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete.
Whether that's a little grabbing, a little hand fighting, by any means necessary on third down, he was able to get the job done in the secondary and swat that one away.
Well, on fourth down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. The Jags come up empty on fourth down, and the Saints will have the football back. On first down, Carr. A quick throw there is incomplete. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up second and 10. Looking to throw. And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. And the Jags grab it. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
That feels like an accumulation of the pressure we've seen all game. I mean, he's been on the turf a whole lot because of sacks. Eventually, something else happens as well, and this time it was a turnover.
Yeah, caught up to him. He completes it to Ridley. Week 7 action, and we've got a 7-point game here in the second quarter. And this offense hoping to change that right here. Now Lawrence, and it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Paulson Adebo. And the Saints are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Carr going to lead the Saints up here first and 10 at the 20. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. On second down, here's Carr. There's a short one to the tight end, Johnson. They'll give him 4 yards there. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. A tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. On 3rd and long, it's Carr. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Here comes the Saints punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. A 40-yard punt, no return. Now the Jags will have great field position to start this drive as they take over on the short side of the field. Calvin Ridley and the Jaguars back onto the field. He's up over 100 yards, has the touchdown. He's a big-time receiver in this league, so the question becomes, how do you limit him going forward?
Well, you know the guys trying to cover him, they haven't had a whole lot of success thus far, and while they will still accept the challenge, maybe you have to change your focus. You have to get after the quarterback a little bit, disrupt his timing, because right now it feels like pitch and catch. Make sure he's not able to have clear sight lines to him, and maybe that'll slow him down.
And this is not the guy you want to let play pitch and catch. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Open man downfield is Ridley. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That goes for a gain of 31. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because that incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give him another shot here in the first half. If you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what?
Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Christian Kirk, an 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Jags are able to stretch out their lead. Extra point from McManus is good. And the lead now up to 14. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The New Orleans offense set to take over. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling with this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why they look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. And that will be incomplete.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. On the return, here's Agnew. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And they will take over 1st and 10. And the Jags going to go on offense now late in this first half. And with a little under a minute to go, still time to try to put a drive together to add to their lead should they so choose. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
I have to give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
They go play action with Lawrence. He's got a man, complete. A big play there just before halftime. 63 yards. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Trevor Lawrence, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Jaguars will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. McManus's point after is good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. The Saints offense going to head out now late in this first half. And with a 3-score deficit staring him in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Down several scores and playing behind the chains is not the way to have success in this one. Right now, if you're the offensive line, your big concern, protecting your quarterback, and even a chance to try and throw something downfield to pick up the needed yardage.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. This is getting ridiculous. 8 sacks now. That time multiple guys get to it. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. The second half upon us sooner than we bargained for. Week 7, second half. Let's do it. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The fair catch taken short of the goal line, and they'll begin this third quarter at their own 25. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw, and that'll be incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Play action. It's Lawrence. A short throw to Ingram. Into space at the 45. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Lawrence's throw here taken in by Ingram. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Off the play fake, here's Lawrence. And that is caught. It's Ridley. Touchdown Jaguars. Calvin Ridley, his 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Jaguars are able to add on to that lead.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
Red on red. 30 left.
They'll run with Etienne, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
And now defensively, you have to look at this like the game's on the line. It's just the 3rd quarter, but another touchdown given up here could really spell an end to their chances, so they need to toughen up and keep them out of the end zone.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. One more time with Etienne. And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. A chance to really put this game out of reach. Here's 3rd and goal. And they'll try to run with Etienne. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. No movement from the field goal unit. They've got 4 full yards to go here on 4th and goal to hit pay dirt, but they're going to go for it. And he'll be brought down at about the 4. He didn't get in, nowhere close. Back near his goal line. Here's Carr. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. 23 yards on the play. Carr now on 1st down. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Carr. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
He gets it to Thomas. He had a quick little spin move, but the door shut fast as he's dropped. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and that'll bring up 4th down. Here comes the Saints punter now, as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. That's pulled in at the 32. Following the punt return here, there is someone shaken up. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. A kind of a lucky break on the prior drive, Charles. The turnover on downs that the offense had didn't come back to bite them after the other side. Their defense came through, was able to hold them without any points.
I would agree with you, partner. A little bit of a lucky break indeed, but you know what they'd say to us? No luck, just pure skill. We rose to the challenge, and we didn't permit a score. That's how we roll.
Well, I'm kind of curious, Charles, if they might temper their aggressiveness now offensively if they get in that 4th down spot again.
Yeah, one would think so, but maybe because they held them, they might go for it again.
And that's too tall for his receiver. It's incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
One thing you always worry about when he breaks the pocket is he going to take off with it? That time, the pressure was starting to close in, and he's just got to throw this one away.
Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. They go play action now. Lawrence, he's got it. A gain of 7 that time, 2nd and goal. And quickly, they get to the line. And he's going to go down. This will count as a sack, a very short sack, taken down at the 2. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. The offense stays out there. A big challenge here from this far back, but they're going for it on 4th and goal. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. Carr now on 1st down. That'll be taken in by Shaheed. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
What now?
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 15-yard line.
93. 93.
Here's Carr to throw. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Well, hang on here a second. Looks like a Jaguar in some obvious discomfort from that last play. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Looks like another empty possession offensively, and you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
So from their own end zone here, this kicks away. That'll go as a 46-yard punt with a return of 7. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. On play action, Lawrence. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete.
Well, after watching him ring the bell that many times and put the ball in the end zone throwing it, you had to figure they had to bring some type of pressure. They had to change things up on defense.
And able to get to him, put him on the ground, so maybe just something to throw him off a little bit.
Yeah, that had to feel a lot better for the defensive guys. They've been getting carved up in this one. To finally knock him on the ground and force an incompletion, that's got to be a sigh of relief.
And they'll throw on 1st down with Lawrence. That's going to be caught. Touchdown. Calvin Ridley with now his 2nd touchdown of this 3rd quarter. And the Jaguars are able to extend their lead. Extra point from McManus is good. And that'll increase their lead to 28. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. And now the Saints get set to trot out there. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD. And if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
So this helps to start a drive. After the penalty, it'll be 1st and 5. Now Carr. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Josh Allen, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues.
Well, this has to count as a great team effort today, but this man, he's been at the center of all of it. Really special day for any defense to have this many sacks in a game, even more so for this player. One of the best individual efforts of the season.
Shotgun now for Carr. He'll find Shaheed out to the right. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Then he will finally be taken down, but how about that play? It's a big one on the final act of the 3rd quarter. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 1st down, Carr. A quick throw there is incomplete. Another pass attempt, another incompletion. You figure defensively, you're in the 4th quarter here. You've held the team under 100 yards passing. You've done your job.
Especially in today's NFL, which is truly a pass-first league.
Carr going to throw, and down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. K'Lavon Chaisson coming in for that outside linebacker spot, and he buries him for a loss of 7.
You can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now, and if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front 7. Defensive line is taking charge.
Under pressure, and they got to him again. Devin Lloyd, his 2nd sack of the night.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback, he's not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack, And a turnover on downs.
13 Lou.
Now Lawrence on first down. Open man downfield is Ridley. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. His throw incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
This is caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Calvin Ridley, a 20-yard touchdown. And the Jaguars have sewn this one up as they add to their lead here in the 4th. McManus's point after is good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD, but unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And his throw is incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. They came with a safety blitz, and Daxton Hill got home. Here comes the Saints punter now, standing just about on his own goal line. Fair catch called for and made at about the 32-yard line. Out comes Calvin Ridley and the offense for their next drive. So far, he has the trio of touchdowns. Obviously, it's been a pretty good game for him.